The following is an exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the National Football League.
Mills has a touchdown! Touchdown! And we are going to the NFC Championship game. Taken down. Ryan Burns in trouble. Flicks it out of the backfield. Picked off Higley. Touchdown! Over the middle, intercepted Shin. Peppers coming back the other way. Leaping grab for touchdown.
Hello, everyone, and welcome inside a special post-game edition of the Panthers Huddle, powered by AWS. I'm your host, Kristen Balboni, and joining me is Panthers legend Thomas Davis. And TD, what a game we just saw. Short week, wind, rain, all of the elements came out to play, and yet Carolina beat the pants off the Falcons. Let's be honest. You like that? Tell me about what you saw in this game. How did they do it?
You know, one of the things that I love about this game, KB, we came out and we established our dominance from start to finish. And that's something that you really haven't seen out of this team. Even in the wins that we've had, they haven't, you know, you kind of had areas of the game where you played well and then you have a lull and then you pick it back up. And then that's how we've been able to win games. But for us to come out, start of this game in the first quarter into the fourth quarter to put it away, I think that really speaks to the growth that this team is making right now. It speaks to, you know, Coach Wilks' coaching strategies and his style. And how about this defense and with Al Holcomb, for them to come out and play the way that they did against Cincinnati, allow Joe Mixon to have the kind of game that he had. But listen, on a short week, they put that behind them, literally threw that film away and came out and dominated this football game tonight. I couldn't be more proud of a football team.
And Coach Wilks is going to be joining us in just a few minutes so we can break it all down. But right now, TD, let's take a look at the highlights.
Play for each other tonight, man. Let's go out here and hit everything moving. Play one thing, and that's fast. Let's go break it down, Daddy. Come on, Dawson!
Well, the Panthers were dressed to impress for prime time, sporting the all-black helmets for the first time ever. And as good as the Panthers looked, Mother Nature was not cooperating. The rain was a factor all game long. But P.J. Walker and D.J. Moore picked up right where they left off last time against the Falcons as Walker finds Moore for 20 yards. Carolina was moving the ball in the first half, and Laviska Shenault showed off his big play capabilities.
He catches the screen. Chenault's got the 40, 35-30, accelerating down the sideline. See you later. Touchdown, Laviska Shenault.
And on the ensuing Atlanta possession, the Panthers defense made a big play of their own. J.C. Horn with the interception of Marcus Mariota, setting up Eddie Pinheiro for this 49-yard field goal, giving the Panthers a 13-3 lead going into halftime. And as the weather picked up in the third quarter, so did the Falcons' offense. Marcus Mariota found Drake London for this 7-yard touchdown, but Younghoe Koo misses the extra point and the Panthers lead 13-9. But Carolina answers back. P.J. Walker finds Terrace Marshall for the big gain, setting up Foreman for this 12-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers go into the fourth quarter up 19-9. The Falcons pick up a late touchdown to make it 15-22, but in the end, Carolina gets the divisional win, coming out on top. Final score 25-15. And Panthers quarterback P.J. Walker spoke to the media after the game.
We knew it was going to be a dogfight out here, and you know, I think this team got a lot of resiliency in them. You know, we just was looking forward to the battle. Primetime game. Defense came out there and played their ass off. And I think overall as a team, we went out there and played all three phases: offense, defense, and special teams. So I think we came out, battled for each other, and played for each other tonight.
TD and I are now joined in studio by the winning coach, Coach Wilks, fresh off minutes from this win over the Falcons. And Coach, look, wind, rain, short week, and this team bounced back for this big win. How did you do it?
Well, you know, you have to really commend the men in that locker room, you know, to come off the kind of loss that we had last week, the bounce back, the leadership. When you look at the leaders in that room, it's just a tremendous win in all three phases.
I looked up at the screen at one point, and they were under 100 yards in rushing and passing in the fourth quarter of this football game, and that really speaks to defensive dominance, man. So heck of a job, Coach.
Yeah, you know, all week, TD, we talked about controlling the line of scrimmage, and you started on the offensive side of the ball, rushing for 232, and then on the defensive side of the ball, I thought we did a great job, particularly in the first half, stopping the run, and then when the game got on the line, I mean, you're talking about 5 sacks, and to be able to finish the game, Marquise right here getting the sack coming off the edge, that's what it's all about.
And then we got to go to special teams. Eddie Pinheiro, 4 for 4. What a game he had. And you've had confidence in him, even when it hasn't been so great. Tell me about him and what he did tonight.
Well, I think, number one, just bouncing back. You have bad games in the National Football League. TD will tell you that. But the way they bounce back as a team, as a group in that locker room is tremendous. But particularly Eddie. And, you know, the guys rallied around him. We created different scenarios in practice this week, really trying to put some pressure on him. He nailed them in practice, so he built that confidence up. And when he got in the game, he didn't flinch.
Coach, you told the team after the game to stack those wins. 3-1 in the NFC South. How do you build on this and keep it going down the stretch?
You know, just one game at a time. You know, it was great, divisional opponent. So it was great to get this win. We feel like, you know, we're right back in the mix. We came in here and said we 2 games behind. Now we're 1 game behind. And it's just really trying to get ready for the Ravens, you know. So I'm going to keep the guys, like, as we always say, TD, be where your feet are, you know, and just, you know, just winning the day.
All right, before I let you go, what do you think of TD's outfit?
He's always sharp, man. You know, look at the guy.
Listen, I knew this man was going to be here. If y'all didn't know, for a long time, when I first met Coach Wilks, we always said that this was the next Denzel. So whenever you are doing anything on camera with Coach Wilks, you got to come with it, man. So I wasn't going to come in here half-stepping today.
All right, well, congratulations. We're going to let you go celebrate this win. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys.
Keep pounding.
Keep pounding.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
Play for each other tonight, man. Let's go out here and hit everything moving. Play at 1 speed, and that's fast. Let's go break it down, Jay. You got it? Let's go! Stay on their ass. Come on. Let's go, Eddie. Hey, tell them boys. Play like we down. Come on. Hey, this is one of them drives. Don't let up. Hey, this is one of them drives. Hey, this determine the game. It's one of them drives. Let's go.
You just heard from one of the defensive stars of the game, J.C. Horn, with that interception. Now we have one of the offensive stars of the game, Foreman, 130 yards and a touchdown. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What worked for you in this offensive line and this run game in this one?
Man, just the work we've been putting in. You know, more credit to those guys. You know, those guys been putting in a lot of work, and you know, just I trust those guys. I trust the guys up front, and you know, they create those holes, and I just got to be at the right place at the right time for those guys to make those guys, you know, what they do even better. So we was able to do that tonight, and I'm proud of those guys. And like I said, I wouldn't be nothing without those guys. So congratulations to those guys.
You know, one thing I love that you've been able to do, Panther fans were so disappointed with the Christian McCaffrey trade. But the way that you have stepped up, you have literally allowed all of them to rest easy at night knowing that they're in good hands at the running back spot, because all you have done is come in and dominate football games. And you've shown everybody why when Derrick Henry went out last year, you stepped up, you did a phenomenal job when you were with the Titans, and now as a Carolina Panther, which I'm speaking right now for the fan base, and I hope that you're around here for a very long time with the way that you've been performing. But on a night like tonight, knowing teams are going to try to stop the Atlanta Falcons were going to try to stop us from running the football. We knew that. They know how dominant you was in that first game. And as a defender, they're going to shoot for that ball and try to take it away in a rain game. What was the mindset like being able to go out there and just completely dominate and take control of this football game?
I mean, just, you know, we've been talking about it, protect the ball. We knew it was going to be raining out there. And I kind of knew going into the game that they was going to try to stop the run and do what they could. But like I said, man, when you got an O-line like that and those guys up there moving those guys and creating the holes that they creating, you know, you can only just reap the benefits from what they're doing, you know. So I just try to stay focused, be in the moment, take it one play at a time, one game at a time, and, you know, sky's the limit for us, I believe.
You told me after the Tampa Bay game, that was your first big game with the Panthers. I asked you about your performance, and the first thing you talked about to me was the locker room and how the respect that you guys have for each other, how you're always fighting as a team. Tell me about this team and what this win means to all of you.
I mean, it means a lot, you know. First time we played the Falcons, we didn't get it done. You know, it was a tough game, tough loss, and then we come out against Cincinnati, and we just definitely didn't play the game that we wanted to play. Definitely didn't show who we really were out there that week. So, you know, coming in on a short week on a Thursday, primetime game, you know, when it's primetime, you got to go out there and play like that, you know. And I think every guy in that locker room had that mentality. And we knew we wanted to get a win against a division opponent. So, you know, we just had to go out there and do it, and we made it work. So I'm proud of the guys, man.
Look at TD. TD's proud too. You see him nodding along. All right, well, thank you so much. Congratulations on a big win and a great performance yet again. We appreciate you stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Closed captioning for the Panthers Television Network is provided by Charlotte Eye, Ear, Nose, and Throat Associates, helping you enjoy the sights and sounds of the NFL all season long.
We said all week long, and we said it last night, it starts up front. In order for us to win this football game, we had to control the line of scrimmage. It's a hell of a job right there, all right, particularly late in the damn game, finishing that thing on defense. Hell of a job. Up front, 232 damn yards. 31 carries, 130 yards. Foreman!
Y'all know I don't really say too much, man, but this ain't nothing without the O-line, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Hey, the way y'all out there moving that shit, I believe in y'all boys, man. I promise you I believe in y'all. Like, everything not going to go our way every time, but I believe in y'all, and every time we go out there, man, I just want to do everything I can do to help y'all, bro. So just keep it going, bro.
Hey, guys, great win. I commend each and every one of you. Bouncing back from last week and the way we came together today, special teams, all right, field position, that was a hell of a job on special teams. Hell of a job. Keep stacking them. Keep stacking them.
Hey, it's all of us from the rest on out. All of us from the rest on out, man. Let's stack them. Hey, family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family. Yeah.
Welcome back to the Huddle. TD, it's been a lot of fun talking about immediate reactions from this game against Atlanta, this big win. But they played 2 games this week. That game against Cincinnati just did not go right in any sense of the word. So how, as a player, do you have a bad loss like you do in Cincinnati, and then you look like a totally different team against Atlanta at home on a Thursday? How does that happen?
You know, one of the things that you have to do when you have a game like the Cincinnati game went, you just kind of burn that film. You got to throw that film away. It's not something that's conducive to you being successful as a football team if you sit and harp on that. So one of the best things I feel like we had as a team, we had an opportunity to play a short week. So we didn't have to sit and let it fester. Getting back on the field and getting to right some of the wrongs that you had as a football team was huge for these guys in this locker room. And we had a game like that. We played Pittsburgh, and we literally got whooped like 51 to whatever. It was bad. But as veterans, as leaders, you step up, you allow the guys to understand and know that we're not going to let this game define us. We're not going to sit back and dwell on this so much that it cost us the rest of our season. And as you saw tonight, these guys did a great job of putting that game behind them and moving on.
In the sake of putting that Cincinnati game behind them and building on this Atlanta game, we're going to take one last look back at it in this week's Bojangles Rewind before we officially put that Cincinnati game to bed.
Yeah, we're going to throw that whole film away after we let you guys see this last time.
It is a gorgeous sun-splashed Sunday here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Week 9 of the NFL, the Panthers and the Cincinnati Bengals. Carolina at 2-6, looking to bounce back from that loss at Atlanta last week in overtime. Cincinnati on a short week. They fell Monday night A battle of Queen Cities, a battle of big cats. Eddie Pinheiro hovers over the ball at the 35-yard line. Panthers will kick off left to right. The snap, play action, flag down. Walker floats one, it's intercepted. Picked off by Cincinnati at the 40-yard line. And the Bengals get it back, tackled at the 42. It is Jermaine Pratt, his first pick of the season. Third down and goal now from the 1-yard line. The Bengals have 3 rushing touchdowns already in this opening half. Boyd in motion, the snap, turns, hands off Mixon, running right side, flag down. Mixon angles in for a touchdown.
And that's the thing that's so frustrating. That's self-inflicted. That's the third one.
18 out of 23 for Joe Burrow, a touchdown, no picks. 35-0, the Bengals lead at halftime. Panthers did not have a play longer than 6 yards. To begin the third quarter, Baker Mayfield leads the Carolina offense out on the field. Shotgun snap, Baker fires over the middle, end zone. It is caught for a touchdown by Tommy Trimble. Well, that does it here in Cincinnati. Final score, Bengals 42, Panthers 21. This one snowballed early. You're still only 2 games out of the division lead. Let the Falcons think we might play both guys, or we might play even a third guy. Give Atlanta something else to worry about.
This exclusive presentation of the Carolina Panthers Television Network is brought to you in part by Bank of America, official bank of the Carolina Panthers.
Salute the service, man. It's big for the NFL and the Panthers, and just really all of us. I think each individually, because they're the ones that allow us to be able to play this game.
I think it's important for us to have this opportunity to salute servicemen and women across our country, just because they give so much to us.
I think it's a beautiful thing that we do here in the NFL, because a lot of people give their lives for us to live a better life in the U.S., and this is the smallest thing we could do for them, because they do a lot for us.
To hear their stories and how tough it was out there and how much they gave to our country, to be able to remember them on a weekly basis and just be like, man, I'm grateful for these guys and what they do to protect us and our families. It's incredible what they do.
Our men and women that serve our country in the various branches don't get enough admiration, on a global stage. So I think for us as athletes to use our platform to shine some light on the good that they do and the good that their sacrifice means to all of us is an important thing.
They deserve way more than what we give them. A lot of people go into the service because it's family ties. It's just like anything, really. And for them to give their lives and give their support for their country and for us to live a better life you can't do nothing but have gratitude and appreciation for people like that.
I think it's so awesome. Whether we're here or on the road and the military gets recognized at the games, I think that's so cool. From the beginning, whether it be the flyover team or the veterans that came to watch the game that day. It's an awesome feeling just to be able to stand up and give them a hand.
Salute to Service is the NFL and Panthers' commitment to honor, empower, and connect with our nation's service members, veterans, and their families. And you just heard in their own words how much it means to the players to honor these heroes. Recently, offensive linemen Austin Corbett and Brady Christensen took a trip to Salisbury, North Carolina for a military-based visit to show their support for service members. Check it out in this week's Coke Community Spotlight.
We're out here at the Army National Guard base here in Salisbury, North Carolina, and we got some Panthers family with us, and we were able to take a tour of the base today. Just to support the military and everything they do, because it's really them that allows us to go out there every Sunday and play the game and everything that they're fighting for and standing up for in this country.
We're just so grateful for the service of these ladies and gentlemen, and we're just so glad to be able to show our support as well and just say how grateful we are for their service.
What's up, bud? How you doing?
How's it going? Great to meet you. Hey, you were on the copter?
Yeah, I was.
That thing looks crazy how it's like swinging back and forth. Do you feel that over there?
That block weighs like 3,500 pounds, and when it starts swinging, it's a lot to stop.
Hey, how you doing? Thank you for coming. Hey, absolutely. Thanks for
Thank you for having us. Great to meet you.
Awesome.
We're going to say keep pounding on 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep pounding! I've always been kind of like, yes, always scared of heights, but also like really enjoy flying. Like even as a kid, I wanted to be like a pilot. That was like always kind of my dream. So to be able to see some of those Blackhawks and just like get in one and see that I actually fit, I was like, hey, maybe I can fly one of these one day. You know, you never know.
Yeah, you know, so it was pretty easy to get in and out with no gear on, but seeing some of these pilots walk around when they're fully strapped up and with all their gear on, it might have a different opinion after I did that. But I mean, just thinking about the vibrations alone with her up there, just all the different radio controls they're under, you know, I'll leave it to them.
That's a commander's coin. Those are only given out from the command team for something that they've done in excellence.
It really means a lot. Thank you.
Panthers have always been so supportive of our military from the get-go.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
We are out of time. It has been a fun one. What a fun win over Atlanta. I hope everyone stays dry and enjoys their mini bye weekend without Panthers football. And on behalf of Coach Wilks and on behalf of the one and only Thomas Davis and our entire Huddle crew, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time right here inside the Panthers Huddle.
Keep pounding.
You've been watching the Panthers Huddle, a copyrighted presentation of the Carolina Panthers and the NFL.